So you guys know she's a friend of the show. Yes. Good morning.
Hi, Grand Rising.
Grand Rising. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Joe Rogan has now, he's on the let's call ice names and make them straw men. And, kind of I hate to say it. Why do people continue to insinuate this violence? I'll let you share.
To me, there's some people that really want to, they're not really Americans. Let's put it that way. They are not really Americans and they are going against the American government. And I do believe that they think this is their opportunity to go against the American government, right? And to
Mhm.
facilitate some things that they have harbored themselves. And
Right.
now it's coming to fruition and manifesting that these beings have always wanted this to happen. So now, when others are doing it, they are now playing into it and supporting it. There's no way ICE can be the Gestapo. ICE is law enforcement. These beings are illegals, aliens, criminals. They're criminals because they crossed the border and they didn't come through the correct way to be naturalized.
Right.
And most of them are just here for resources. They have not contributed anything to this country to
Yeah.
demand anything or feel entitled. So for Joe Rogan to go out there, this is, we already know he's kind of what should I say? I can't say he's a radical for the people. He's been out here saying certain things before and has lost, I think he's lost followers and Americans before with some of his rhetoric, correct?
Mhm. Mhm. Oh, yeah. When
So
he,
so
did the whole ivermectin thing, and everybody was like, "Oh, you're taking
yes.
horse paste and all these other things," and he lost a lot of followers then, right? But other people were like, "Okay, at least you're saying truthful. You took the horse paste and it healed you, right? So you're not completely crazy." But it's it's inciting violence, in my
Yes,
opinion.
against our
When you
federal government.
What are we doing?
Yes. So,
And I'm
I tend to not listen to those beings, right? I have to listen to rational, logical beings.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Really? Truthfully, what are you going to do? It's really sad that we've come to this space in our country where, we've got the president, I don't want to say toying around, but we've got our president actually thinking about invoking the Insurrection Act. We've got him thinking about this. And this is something that, it did happen in 1992, like I was sharing with my audience. And I wasn't living in California at the time. I was
Mhm.
actually out of state, but I remember it happening. I remember how we even got there with the whole Rodney King case
Mhm.
and the lawlessness. But at that time, we didn't realize we had paid agitators,
Mhm.
coming in to purposely destroy Leimert Park, which is actually the intersection where a lot of that happened, where that gentleman was, gotten out of his car and he was beat up in the middle of the street almost to death.
Mhm. Mhm.
Knew people that grew up there, but that area that was kind of like the heartbeat of Black Americans in Baldwin Hills, very affluent area of Los Angeles, now is predominantly Hispanic and Asian. Black people don't live there anymore.
And that's a huge problem. Why are we allowing others to come in and take over our spaces, our land? This they have no contributions. This Nothing here is theirs because they don't have any contributions or equity. So we're fighting to allow illegal beings to take over our country.
What are we doing? What is happening? Because at the end of the day, let's just pause. Why are you protesting ICE? That's the question. That's the bigger question. Why are you out here trying to stop them from doing their job? Because if their job is to get people that have violated deportation orders that they've already been given to say they need to be removed from here and they're just refusing to leave, ICE's job is to remove them.
You
Why are
okay?
you protecting this?
And you bring up a great point, because in my mind, I'm looking at immigration, illegal especially, and now we see legal also being an issue, right? But
Hmm.
immigration now, across the board, is a major issue for Americans, and many Americans voted for this present administration to handle this issue. So why in the world at this point in time would we now say what this president or this administration is doing is wrong when we voted for this?
Right. Right. That I think that's the $1 million question. How did we devolve into this? Right here, it's like you've already Minnesota defunded your police. You got 600 police officers. Really? I mean, I'm sorry, but the town of Roseland, yes, is small and it sits next door to South Bend. They have more than 600 officers in the city of South Bend, and it's smaller than Minneapolis. I'm just saying, numbers matter.
And the thing about it is, you have past presidents that are doing or did exactly what this present administration and president is doing.
Yeah. When did it become wrong to want to protect our soil? When did it become wrong to say you are here illegally, you need to be removed? And oh, by the way, you've got deportation orders.
And that's the thing about it. We've been humane about it. They are giving them money and free flights to go wherever they want to go. And they're resisting.
Yeah. And we're
So
still removing people that are rapists, that are murderers, that are pedophiles. They're still being removed. And you're mad? It's weird.
well, my theory is, this is the coup d'etat. It is
Mm,
happening. They want to overthrow our federal government. They want people to align with their illogical views and beliefs. Every time you give them an inch, they want to go a whole mile, cross boundaries.
yeah. Yeah. It's sad.
Yes.
Truly, truly sad. So I'll let you have the last word because I got another guest coming on for our
Oh,
prayer
oh,
with Friday. I'm so
oh,
excited. I got both of
did,
y'all got a twofer.
oh yeah. Well, the whole Supreme Court on the transgender, right?
Okay, yes.
With that, I am in agreement. It's biological sex. If you are taking puberty blockers to now change your sexual orientation, that's not biological sex. So then
Mm-mm.
I don't think you could be covered under Title IX, nor under equal protection, because
Yeah,
it was all under biological sex. That's my
right.
view of it. So I do believe the Supreme Court is going to stand on biological
Yeah,
sex. Yeah.
yeah.
So with
I
that,
think
I
they
appreciate.
have to. I think they have to only because they kept asking the attorneys to define what makes a male or a female, and they had no definition. It was very crazy because Samuel Alito, Justice, he was like, "So, can you give me a definition of what a male is?" And they're like, "Oh, I didn't understand the question. What are you talking about? What do you mean you don't understand the question?" It
So
was
that
weird.
went to that Katanji Brown not understanding what a woman is.
Exactly. Absolutely. 100%. I was like, this is a mind virus. And I call it the mind virus social contagion biological, disorder. Because people really don't understand what a male or a female is. And the thing about it is, nobody's asking to become an ornate toaster, right? If they're a female wanting to be a male or they're a male wanting to be a female, you're trying to switch out parts. You can't do that because a female will never produce sperm. A male will never have an ovum. We are uniquely and beautifully made the
Yes.
way we are. And we
Yes.
cannot not swap out external parts or wear different types of clothing or be more masculine or more feminine and say, I'm the other. No, you're not. And you
Yes.
never will be. And it's a hard reality for some people, but you have to have the hard conversation and say no.
But is it really a hard conversation when we already understand this, most of us, right? In our that are sane and logical. Let me just put it that way. There's a
Yeah.
small percentage out there that for some reason they can't define what a male
Right.
is, what a
Mhm.
female is. But the majority of the American population, we
Right.
can't define the sexes.
And we have, and it's they almost try to make the smaller majority the small minority the super majority. And it's like, no, less than 1% of our population is in this bubble, and we need to help them because we don't want generations of people being eunuchs because they're not going to be able to create any more people. They're not.
Right.
They're
Right.
not. We cannot sign over to this. It's a test, in my opinion. I think it is truly a test of humanity to shut this down in
Yes.
that respect. In that
Mm.
respect. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining me, and
Thank you,
hopefully you'll
lady.
be able to join me again. I did your video on the show earlier this week. Thank you about
Oh,
President Trump when he was in South Carolina.
oh, okay. Thank
Yep.
you.
Yep.
Yes. I'll do some more clips as well, and we'll get together. I need to have you on the Freedmen channel, and let's talk politics, American Freedmen. Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks so much for joining me today.
Anytime. Thank you, lady. You
Okay.
have a good one.
You